Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today I'm just doing NWOpening number 70, and the focus of this video is going to be the Marvel Legends What If series Howard the Duck action figure. Now this is one I was very happy to pick up for $4.98. I was a little bit more cynical about $12.99, but I definitely wasn't rushing out to buy this full price. How much is a full price Marvel Legend nowadays? $24.99, $25.99? And this is just a tiny figure, as many people will have noticed and will have iterated in their own videos. Very happy to have this for £5. Definitely wasn't going to pay full price, and to be honest, I'm glad that I put off getting it at the $12.99. But we definitely got a good price on this. I'm a massive fan of Howard the Duck, but I have never actually watched What If, so I don't actually know a lot about his role in there. But I am an enthusiast. It's really nice to have a Howard the Duck figure for the shelf. We've got the What If, Uatu the Watcher, kind of graphics on the side, Watcher on the top there, Marvel Legends. We've got it's the Build-A-Figure Khonshu with, which also comes with Jimmy Woo, Classic Loki, Zombie Scarlet Witch, He Who Remains, Howard the Duck, and Red Skull. I did debate picking the whole wave up because they did have a fair bit of it, and you know, some of them were reduced, but the main thing that I wanted would have been the Jimmy Woo of all things. It was still full price, so I was like, nah, screw it. Khonshu's not that amazing anyway. You get the biggest Build-A-Figure piece with the smallest figure in the set, which is, you know, it's very nice of them. I wouldn't have been surprised if you just got a, you know, if you just got his head or something. So you got Howard the Duck and two heads. Wouldn't have been surprised by that. But at the same time, the Build-A-Figure pieces are all worth the same amount, really. You know, you need all of them. So it's not exactly like this is, you know, more worthy of being in here than in any other figure or anything to that effect. It's basically, this whole thing is a bit of a middle finger to the Marvel Legends completionist and the people who want the Khonshu figure. And I recently watched a video about this figure to kind of get a better, like, understanding, a better have a bit more of a look into it, and realised it's actually even worse than I thought. As you can see on the back, there's not actually any articulation in those legs, which is fascinating. It's a really small figure. It's not even well articulated. I cannot believe they charged, or tried to charge, full price for this. But yeah, I guess that's probably enough rambling on about the shortcomings of the figure. Let's get into it now. Okay, so this is the first Marvel Legends figure that I've picked up with the no viewing window packaging. So we'll see what this actually looks like. Well, the Scott Lang just fell down in a paper bag. They can do more of this. This is a good way to get rid of the plastic. You can do cardboard on the inside. That's no problem at all. So that, of course, is the Khonshu Build-A-Figure wave, and the actual figure is in these two paper bags that just fell out of the box. I guess we'll get Howard out first. So, first of all, paint job is fine. There's absolutely no problem with that at all. It's, you know, it's not noticeably like shoddy in any areas. It looks pretty good, actually. So that's cool. Also, the figure itself is pretty good. It's a good likeness of, I mean, he's a duck. He's a giant anthropomorphized duck. So I guess all you really need to do is make a figure of a duck, and you have probably made a pretty good Howard the Duck figure. But, you know, it's a good looking figure. I think it's just, you know, it's a lot to ask to charge full price for this figure. So we've got the dome there. And then we have the Scott Lang head. Again, I've not seen the What If series, but I just don't think that looks anything like Paul Rudd. I'm not blaming the figure design there. I'm sure this is exactly what he looked like in What If. I'm blaming the What If people for not making Scott Lang look like Scott Lang. You know, T'Challa looked like himself. Why wouldn't Scott Lang as well? Now, the video I watched actually complained that the head isn't actually articulated, which is a fair point. However, I would argue it's fully articulated. You just turn the thing round, you know. You want him to look that way, you turn the bottom round. Not, you know, it's a whole bunch of nothing for me, that. I don't know how interesting that is to have for people who have actually seen What If. And finally, we've got the Khonshu Build-A-Figure piece. I might hold on to this for the time being, just in case, but I'm probably not going to get the rest of this. I didn't actually realise this was so big. This is a big, chunky piece of figure here, actually, to be fair. This is where you get your action figure in this product, is the Khonshu Build-A-Figure wave piece. It's actually, yeah, it's actually loads bigger than I thought it would be. I suppose that makes sense. Khonshu wasn't exactly like a human size in Moon Knight. But yeah, really, really nice. Really, really nice detail on the robing and everything there. Really, really cool. Not sure what we're going to do with that, but we'll see. And we have a little piece of paper. This just to make sure we don't choke on it. I guess so. So let's talk about the figure. First of all, like I say, it's a decent enough likeness. It's definitely a cartoon duck. It's also not based on the Howard the Duck movie, so it doesn't look like that, which is good. We have, there's no, the hat is removable, is not removable, is removable. I think the hat's removable. He's definitely got some molded feathers on the tip of his head, so I'd certainly hope this hat's removable, but seems to be stuck at the back. No, yeah, it's definitely molded in. So he has like a tuft of hair under there, but it's also molded into like the back of his head. There's like a little bit of plastic that is kind of holding it in. That's kind of sucks. There's not really any reason why that hat wouldn't be removable, especially since it clearly is removable and has then just been stuck on. We've got the full articulation on the neck, and does he have a bit of a lean? Not really. He has a bit of a lean in the way that you can bend his neck joint so that he looks in that direction. We do have articulated shoulders. We've got the single jointed elbow as well. Really, really tiny joint there. And we have his little duck hands, of course. A little bit loose, to be honest, that hand. And of course, just the same on the other shoulder. He does have like an elbow turn as well in that arm. To be honest, I want to touch that as little as possible. It really just feels like it's going to break. Also, interestingly enough, they sprang to give you a waist joint, bearing in mind that there is no leg articulation. So the fact that they thought we have to give him a waistcoat is very interesting. Obviously, they had to give him a waistcoat, but a waistcoat probably could have saved yourselves the money there if you weren't going to bother with his legs. The legs are, of course, just immovable. The feet, on the other hand, are not. The feet are articulated. You can turn these out. But you can't really do a whole bunch else with this. And the guy whose video I watched was complaining that he doesn't stand up very well. Mine actually stands up really well. He's got no problem at all just standing on his own 2 feet, on his own 2 webbed feet. I think he was complaining that, you know, the articulation makes it kind of more awkward. I was expecting there to be an up and down option for it, but it's definitely not there. So not really sure on that one. Don't have a complaint there. What I was going to say is that, yeah, they definitely would have been better off not articulating his feet if it causes the figure to fall over. But yeah, I mean, he's too small to appear on the camera in this way. I'm going to have to tilt that down. Okay, so that's it. That's everything I've got in this video. That's the Marvel Legends What If series Howard the Duck figure, and it's a statue. It's going to look great on my shelf, which is the central purpose of it, the central intention I have for it. I'm very glad I only paid $5 for it. That leg articulation really, or lack thereof, really is shoddy. Hasbro really haven't tried with this, to be honest. They've kind of this one's a bit of a whiff from Hasbro, I would say. They've not really put in the effort that it deserved. And yeah, you do get a huge Khonshu piece, but you would also get this with any other figure if it wasn't Howard the Duck in this wave. I'm definitely glad I only got it for £5, but it looks fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I did have an idea. One thing I do on Instagram is kind of a mixed universe pick fed of like mixed fighting styles, and I needed one more person for it. And I was considering using Howard the Duck since he's a master of quack fu. However, since his legs aren't articulated, you know, there's not an awful lot I can do with that. I mean, the whole point of that pick fed is to come up with some absolute nonsense and that, but it has to be physically possible, you know? So I can't see that really working out too well. So yeah, if I was gonna rate figures on this series, which by and large I don't, if I was going to do that, I'd probably struggle to give this more than 2 out of 5, because it looks fine, but it is terrible. And that's coming from someone that is a big fan of Howard the Duck, so someone that doesn't really have any strong feelings on him whatsoever is not going to rate this figure very highly at all. And that's everything I've got for you for this video. So if you enjoyed it, please do like, comment, and subscribe, and check out the NWOpenings playlist in the end screen. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye. That's how Howard feels about this figure. That's how Howard feels about a lot of things, actually, if you read the comics. I think I got it. It's really bad, and that's coming from someone. That's how Howard feels about this figure. It's how Howard feels about a lot of things, actually, if you read the comments. It's how Howard feels about this figure. Willow.